Hey, it's Sudoku and Ishky.
Hi.
We're gonna react to my uh to do core slash to do boot videos.
That's not what they're titled.
It's what's on the thumbnail though,
True.
as the series name part of the thumbnail.
Are these terrible titles, or do I just not understand what I'm looking at? It feels like
They're
just word slop.
they're terrible titles. They're and also yeah, they're not consistently the same.
Yeah, you like move how the parentheses are. Not Yeah, listen. It is what it is.
The first one is Sudoku Util and Sudoku Engine and related projects history. The
Oh.
second one is Sudoku Util and Engine, not Sudoku Util and Sudoku Engine, and related projects renaming.
Oh. Perfect. You did a great job. You even messed it up on the thumbnail. Why is the
Well, no,
quote for the... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the thumbnail's consistent with the title.
Yeah, it is consistent with the title. Why is the quote for the second one that only goes 60% across the screen?
Because I tried to make it around even with because it's too much to be one line in the font size.
Ooh, I see what you're saying.
There are others like that, but I guess for the most part, the other thumbnails have been added since we did the videos.
Yeah, I haven't seen many of them during reactions, so it's hard for me to comment on most of the thumbnails. Also, now's probably as
Yeah.
good a time as any to bring up that you're having potential mic problems on my end. And who knows if they're also on your end. But you are cutting
True.
out somewhat randomly, sometimes for a syllable, sometimes for entire words or phrases, and seemingly at random intervals. So, we'll see how that turns out.
It's the best.
True. You're gonna have to, when we finish recording this, go through and listen to your own thing, and we'll have to make sure you're not having it on your end, because you'll have to fix that.
I thought you were gonna say I might have to re-record my audio.
So you have to go through and re-record like one word every like couple minutes, and you have to find the spots and sync them.
Yeah.
And we don't even know what the word is. You just have to guess with context clues because it's cut off.
I mean, depending on how soon I would do that, hopefully wouldn't be that difficult.
Listen, in the moment, I'm sometimes having some trouble here with the sentences. You underestimate how hard it
Nice.
is. And like the key word of a sentence is missing, it can go in like 8 directions. I'm playing
Okay.
some mental gymnastics over here. If we were smarter, we would have tested it before we actually started recording. We would have just done like a 1 minute test recording and seen if your audio was glitching. But I mean, who does that?
Maybe this is the test recording.
It's not, don't worry.
So the first video is the history one. The description says, I go over the history of the Sudoku Util Sudoku Engine and other related programming projects.
Perfect, perfect. The relateds.
Yeah, the
I
relateds.
I wouldn't be able to tell you how this video is gonna go because, for context, I've been walked through. I assume every single thing this video is gonna have in it, except if there's like a brand new thing at the very end. And I remember
No.
pretty much nothing.
I left out a bunch of the images from you, from sending them to you.
Oh, Well, don't worry. I'll feel like every single one is fresh anyway.
Also, I think I sent you ones where I was using purple and now it's blue, and like
Oh no.
the purple was very uh terrible against the black.
I do remember a lot of problems with colors being similar, colors not popping. Was there a red as well on black? I feel like at some point there was a red.
I think you call it a red even though it's orange.
Oh, here we go. We haven't even clicked the
Because
video and we're already starting.
so I feel like last reaction this came up, or not last reaction, the cards. I think cards we argued about colors a little bit too.
Probably.
And I think you called, I think the yellow you call orange and the orange you call red. I
What do you
know
mean the red
that
I call red?
no.
I call it like I see it, and I see what it is.
No, you don't.
How do you
And
know
I
you're
know
not the colorblind one? And that I've been correct all this time, and you're the one who's wrong.
only one of us has said in the past they're colorblind. Maybe not during a recording, but
Hey, I mean, you can't prove it.
I could probably find a Discord message where you said you were colorblind.
Probably so. You'd probably find me saying a lot of things.
True. Do you want me to release those things?
Honestly,
Are we
need to,
turning this into blackmail?
we need to get in like a court battle and start leaking all the messages to the public.
Why?
They need to know the truth of what a horrible person you are behind the scenes.
No.
I've seen the terrible things you say on a regular basis. You and your Christian YouTube channel, if we can even call it that. You sick freak.
There's 5 Christian videos on there.
True. Soon to be
More.
6. Wallahi.
What?
Yes. Go ahead.
What? I was gonna say there could be more depending on how you define a Christian video. Like, there's the Minecraft with Sudoku episode where I pray at the end.
Yeah, cinema. When are you bringing back praying?
Nah.
Listen, I know we've talked about this like 7 times, and you told me that you already told me the answer to it like 6 times. Why do you hate Christianity?
I don't.
Why do you not want your channel to be Christian? You seen did you change your YouTube description yet? Just take it out of there if you don't even feel that way.
Last time you told me that, you threatened me if I took it out of there.
That sounds like something I would do. Now you get the double whammy. I threaten you to do it, and I threaten you not to do it.
True.
I have dementia.
Okay.
Were we actually talking about something? You were like describing what the video was going to be about. And then we start talking about colors.
How did we get there? I read the description, so we did that. We were... I don't know why we went to colors.
Perfect. Let's send it.
Hey, this is Sudoku. I'm gonna talk...
Hold on. I have to back up. I don't know if it.
Why?
I assume it was just messed up on my end, but I got no intro. It just like ended with like Uku.
Oh, hey, this is
There we
Taduku.
go. Okay.
I'm gonna talk about the history of Taduku Util and Taduku Engine and the related projects
It doesn't
to
have a
them.
thought there.
Util and Engine are the main personal
But
programming
related is
projects I've
lowercase.
worked on for the past
True.
several years. On October 12th, 2019, I started working on 1000 blank white cards online for the first time since I started my full-time programming job in
Wow.
August 2019.
I don't know what those
So
things mean.
only a couple
Multi-map.
months. Here it's abbreviated as KBWCO instead of writing out 1000 blank white cards online. Just a quick explanation of that. 1000 blank white cards is a
Just
game
go watch
you
the
can play in
6-hour
real
video
life,
we made.
where
It's only
basically
5
you and
hours.
the people you're playing with
Yeah, go watch
create
that.
the cards
That's a
during the
better
game.
explanation than whatever you're
Though
saying
you
in the
would
background
also
right now.
reuse cards from previous
True.
games. Those cards can literally do anything you want, so the game's ultimately about creativity. I've worked on a computer
struggle with
version
that.
of it on and off for a while, and this was the
True.
latest time I went back to it. So this time around, I had a greater focus on writing more reusable code at this point, basically with the idea to write code that could be used in multiple projects. While I was already doing this
No.
at work in college, I hadn't been in my personal programming projects before this point, and essentially started from scratch in each project.
Each project as if you did a bunch of them.
On October 13th,
I started a
added
bunch.
multi-map
They never
to
got
the
finished.
KBWCO client. It was basically a hash map that stored values in lists with
I know
methods
that
to
term.
hide away the list logic. The idea was that it
True.
would be useful for certain things in 1000 blank white cards online. Then on October 26th, 2019, I added many-to-many map to the KBWCO client. There's a database used in
Wow.
KBWCO for storing all the data necessary, so it made some sense to have a many-to-many map, but I'm not sure I had an actual use for it at the time.
You just put it there for fun.
Nice.
While I am showing the
Yeah.
KBWCO client here, I want to note that it won't stick around for all diagrams, and that other pieces not relevant won't stick around either. Some of these times I'll call out that it's going away, but others it'll just disappear.
Because you forgot.
In the past,
No.
I have been attempting to extract an API and engine from an old game project, but
It would
that
just be
hadn't
too
been
complicated
progressing well
leaving
because of
everything the
attempting
whole
to
way
keep
through.
the game working properly while extracting those components out.
It already
On
arguably gets
November
too
10th,
complicated near the
2019,
end.
I decided that with
The animation.
KBWCO, I also had the issue of the utilities being held back by having it inside the game and trying to keep the game working,
Oh.
and decided to split the utility code into a separate project called Taduku Util. When this change was made, it was made so that KBWCO would use Taduku Util rather
Oh,
than
the arrow
containing it.
thing. I hate
So
you.
this diagram, the arrow is showing a dependency, where KBWCO
Stupid
client depends
dependencies.
on Taduku Util.
What?
This means essentially that Taduku Util is required for KBWCO client to work. Dependencies will be shown this way moving forward.
I don't care what your work
On
tells
this
you. That's
day,
wrong.
I also combined other
It's not work. That comes from Maven. Maven build system.
Yeah,
You
they're
define
wrong.
dependencies.
Yeah, dependencies are arrows in the other direction.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep, because the data's flowing the direction of the arrow.
Wouldn't that be the way I have it?
Nope.
Why not?
Because the data is the utility itself and what it does. It's not data in a physical sense. It's a... The term left my brain. like metacognitive data.
I'm completely lost in your explanation.
Yeah, you're not intelligent enough to understand how arrows are supposed to work. I get it. We've had this conversation before. I mean, I
You
know
mean
I'm
you're
right.
not intelligent enough?
Listen, you can tell yourself whatever you want. I know how arrows work, and you don't. The arrow in the middle
I
of the
know.
screen's correct. I'll give you that one. That one's correct.
I know how arrows work, and you don't.
True.
Okay. Utility-based ideas into Sudoku Util. There was a commit titled Annotations, Processors, and Exceptions. Oh my.
Oh my.
Annotations was referring to some annotations
Getting
made
a bit
in
fruity with it.
KBWCO that were moved over that I was using to mark certain utility code in that project.
Lions,
Similar to
tigers, and bears,
deprecation,
oh
but
my.
more specific. I had also written some utilities for dealing with annotations that were moved over, which included an annotation processor annotation to automatically register annotation processors. And there was an exception util
Listen, there's gonna be a
method
lot
to get a
of
stack
repeated
trace
words
string.
in this. Everything has Sudoku in
This
it.
is also when file util and string util were
Oh, we
first
should have
added,
had a
and the
Sudoku
multi-map
counter.
and many-to-many maps were
No,
made into
it's not too late.
interfaces
Good luck editing.
with hash map implementations
No.
of them instead. On December 24th,
that.
2019, Sudoku...
Hold on, I want to. You can answer this because it's a thing you recently did for the video. Why does it scroll and then like unzoom or zoom after it stops scrolling?
I don't know.
Okay, you're the one who made it.
Yeah. So, these diagrams exist as one, like, very long image.
That's funny.
And I wrote some code that, I, like, defined like, the top left and bottom right of each, diagram within the image, like where it is in the image, and then I wrote some code that is like, hey, go to, like, it's supposed to be a smooth transition. I don't know why it isn't quite.
I guess you just made the boxes different sizes, so it like moves over and then has a snap or something.
I mean, they are different sizes, because,
Well,
like, the other diagrams are much bigger.
Yeah, that probably is the reason then. It's just a weird size resolution problem. But I also want to point out you tried to do something a little sneaky here. So the previous updates were about 2 weeks apart. It was like 13 days and then 14 days. And this one looks like it's another 14-day jump. But you secretly jumped a month in there. I see you're being a little tricky boy. You're trying to make it look like you were still working on this.
What? That's not an intentional deception.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. Hey guys, it's bi-weekly updates. Wow, I'm making so much progress. Oh, look at that silly me. 1 month mysteriously vanished.
Also, it's like there probably at that point there were actually a bunch of changes that it's just not easy to show in a diagram.
Listen, you can lie, but you're
That
not
was
full
early
name.
on enough. I mean,
Yeah.
the GitHub is publicly available.
Oh. Do you link it in the description?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
See? You should. That's the kind of thing that probably should be there.
Nah, it's fine.
True. True. Who needs it? It's not like this video's about
was
this.
finally made into a Maven project. True.
I still don't
uses
even know what a
Maven
Maven
as
project
its build
is.
system,
You
and
explained it, I
makes
just don't get
easier
it.
to handle dependencies and
Good.
build settings compared to not using.
Remain in the dark.
At this
I
point,
will,
I
don't
also
worry.
combined other utilities into Sudoku Util. I had some database code that
I like the
ultimately
Sudoku
came from
utils
a
in
college
Sudoku util.
project.
I said that before too, when you showed me the images.
I went to the GitHub history. There is a gap. November 10th to December 24th. You were right.
You were trying to keep the bi-weekly updates, and then you just skipped a month
No,
and thought no one would notice.
I was not trying. I've never had a schedule with this.
We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see when the next one is. Don't spoil it. When the thing slides over, you're gonna be exposed for the liar you are. It's gonna be like the 10th or something close to it.
Why the 10th or something close to it?
It'll be like what, the 6th or 7th or something? You're gonna make it to try to look like it's 14 days, regardless of
No.
month. So it's gonna be like March 7th, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, another bi-weekly update."
No.
Hey, like I said before with the color thing, I'm just telling it like it is. You can hate the truth, but that don't change it.
There's no schedule with this. I don't know what to tell you.
What you should be telling me is why Sudoku Util is in Sudoku Util. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, a self-reference.
Because the one inside is the jar and the one outside is the project as a whole.
It's not a jar, it's a program.
No, it's not a program.
I tell it like it
in
is.
the Sudoku database module. I had modified this code a bit to be more general due to working on certain things at work before it ended up in util. I also had written code in KBWCO for custom file formats, and that became more general and became Sudoku file format. At this point, I prefer using JSON over this, but Sudoku file format is similar to YML files, and was likely influenced by using YML files back in Bucket when I had made some Bucket plugins in the past. In this diagram, Sudoku Util is now being shown as both a module and a project. Each module, in this case Sudoku Util, Sudoku file format, and Sudoku database, will become a jar file when compiled and made available, but they're all under one project called Sudoku Util. Also here, I've started showing the version as alpha version 0.1 snapshot. The snapshot part is saying it's not at a release yet, and alpha is just saying it's an early version of it. I tend to refer to projects as alpha in early stages, beta when they're getting closer to a release. And
no, that's beta.
Released at version 1.0
yeah.
when the main
originally
planned features are completed. On December 21st,
it's already hard to read.
I had started working on Sudoku genealogy.
We're 6 minutes in.
Yeah, it's so great. I mentally hearing this back, I thought that I would diss Sudoku file format in this video. More than I did.
Don't worry. Yeah, maybe you do later.
No, I'm thinking it's the next video I do that.
Oh.
Instead.
Why do you hate it so much?
Because JSON is better.
I'll just take your word for it. Also, I like that the 1,000 blank white cards died, but it came back. Its death was greatly exaggerated.
I said in, like, the first diagram that it was gonna disappear and maybe come back.
You never said come back. You did say disappear. You did not say come back.
I did.
Hey, the tapes will tell. Also, we've already lost Taduku. We're down to the doc generator and genealogy API. Non-Taduku files.
Oh, I think technically they have Taduku in them. I just left them out. Oh no,
Bruh.
maybe those don't. I don't know. It's
Well, they're
been
part
a
of the
while
Taduku
since I touched
genealogy.
those. True.
Oh. Also, you
Uh,
did break the 2-week. Now it's a weekly update, not bi-weekly.
Oh, it's less than a week. It's 6 days.
One of the ones was 13 days earlier. We round in these parts.
Oh, they actually are just named Genealogy API and Doc Generator. That's interesting.
Why? Did you, like,
I
just
don't
steal the
know.
code from someone so you didn't put your name on it out of shame? You just copy-pasted,
No.
like, the whole thing?
No. There that would be depressing if I did, because there's not much it does. I like stole from the the worst developer ever. Myself.
Bro! Hold on, wait, that's cinema. I gotta write this down.
What?
Make a vid like Taduku after you steal his code and rename it for your Minecraft pack. I gotta remind myself to make a video like this, where it's all Ishky file format, Ishky util, and it's like me programming Minecraft things. But it's actually code I've stolen from you. Because I got your GitHub repository and just copy-pasted everything.
Wow.
To be fair, with this video, this could all be fake. None of this could be real. Taduku util could literally not exist. And who's gonna know? You're just saying it's there.
It is, you can look on GitHub.
You didn't put it in the description. How are we gonna find it?
Search Taduku on GitHub.
Can you do that? You can just like search for people on GitHub? Why?
What? Why not? What?
Like,
What?
that's a weird website to have search features. I figured all GitHub things were like just linked somewhere.
What?
Like it's like I was gonna say it's like Imgur. Imgur has a browse feature, doesn't it? Why? Why does that exist? I don't get it. They shouldn't exist. They're just wasting their programming and all of their server data on things that they shouldn't have.
Oh, didn't I show you the one time that GitHub, I forget where it was, but there was something that was like, hey, fill this out, and I showed you like a screenshot of it, and you said that it was stolen from like dating apps.
Probably, it sounds like me. Listen, I don't respect GitHub. I know it's like actually good, but I don't personally use it, so I don't respect it.
What about GitLab?
Okay, that's not real.
It is.
What do you do, like post your chemistry homework?
No, it's a GitHub clone, basically.
Oh, it's like not even the same company?
I don't think so.
If it is and you're calling it a clone, that's wild. It's literally just a different product and you're like, it's a clone.
Okay, it's a clone, for sure.
I wonder how... I guess they can't copyright... No, they probably should be able to copyright that. Because, like, GitHub. It probably... What's the Get stand for?
Git as in the, how do you refer to that? What, what are Git and SVN? What do you call these? Version control system. That's what it's called. Git is a version control system that GitHub just uses. They're not... I mean, maybe they're the originator of it, but anyone can use Git. So GitHub and GitLab both use Git.
I guess... I don't know. I think there's a case to be had. It's not a strong one, but they've probably brought it to the courts already.
GitHub versus GitLab lawsuit. There isn't a direct lawsuit, but there have been legal challenges involving both platforms and related technologies.
I was going more for naming than the underlying tech. But at least they are fighting.
Well, actually, this answer sounds like it's saying they've each experienced legal problems and not, against each other.
Oh. Like other people who are using the tech coming after them.
Sure.
True.
Looks like mostly about their AI features is what's showing up.
That's everybody. Wait, how do you spell GitHub? Is it an E, right? I thought it was E.
No.
It's with an I? What the heck?
There's an article.
GitLab is publicly traded, but GitHub isn't.
What? Why?
GitHub
is the more popular one. Oh, is GitHub technically under Microsoft?
Oh, okay. Probably.
Somewhere that in... Yeah, Microsoft is the parent company of GitHub.
Oh, okay. Well, GitLab is down anyway. They're tanking.
Ah. Well, there's an article titled GitLab Thrice Sued for Misleading Investors with AI Hype.
Oof, they have felt it. They're down actually 30% in this year.
Oh, wow.
Wait, their earnings are about to drop. What the heck? You should buy some stock.
I could.
Listen, is to the moon. They know they messed up with the AI stuff. They're gonna play it safe.
Are they?
They're gonna be truthful this time. They're not gonna lie about AI.
Are you sure?
Yes. Here's my prediction right now. Not buying anything on this, but $48 right now, I'm going to say $55 when Q1 drops. Is going to the moon. With the moon being a 11% increase or something.
Okay.
True. Watch our reaction videos for insight into the stock market. This is financial advice. This is legal advice.
So when should you invest in Sudoku stock?
Go public and then I'll tell you. Can we make a crypto rug pull and use your channel as the basis for it? Can we make Tad coin?
I don't want to.
Why? It would be so funny to rug pull like one person. Can you imagine?
That would be funny.
We gotta do it.
Nah.
We should at least make like a meme coin.
We'll time it with Blockhead Season 3 releasing.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That way we
Oh
have
my
some time.
blockchain is meant to be. Season 3 is Minecraft with 3 halves blockchains. Hold on, I gotta pull up the Discord. We gotta pin this. We gotta cook or something here.
So game 3 is making a meme coin?
One of the games is a meme coin. We just gotta slip that in there. That baby's pinned. That's a banger idea. How did we not think of blockchains when we were thinking of games related to blocks?
Because it's not a game.
We're gonna do it like it's a game. The series is gonna be us programming things, creating the coin, marketing it, attempting to find a person to rug pull, recording ourselves rug pulling the person, upload it, and then they'll take us to court, and it's a felony. That's cinema.
Are you ready
And
for
then we're gonna
Sudoku?
these videos describing it.
An old version of Family Tree Maker in the past, and it no longer worked on the latest Windows versions. And there were certain features I felt it lacked anyway compared to what I wanted to do with it.
Oh yes, remake
The
Family
idea
Tree
with
Maker.
Sudoku Genealogy was it would be a free genealogy
Just
program
like you
that
remade
allows for
Bucket back in
plugins
the
for
day.
people to be able to add features they wanted to it. December 30th, 2019 was the first commit of Sudoku Genealogy.
Wow.
And at this point, it only had a simple start of an API and some code to generate a Word document for some genealogy information. Sudoku
Wow.
Genealogy had been made as a new program
Advanced
to
stuff.
use Sudoku util, instead of having to update KBWCO to work with the changes to util. On February 9th, 2020,
Goodbye,
events
genealogy.
were brought into Sudoku util from KBWCO, and custom view
And the
components
game, don't forget
were
the game.
also brought over and made into the Sudoku
The game?
module.
The client.
On February 29th,
Oh, it's back.
2020, Sudoku
Oh, you're flying through
Genealogy added
these.
the Genealogy Program module, which
Hello,
relied on
Genealogy.
the Sudoku View module. Some of the View module
You got a
involved
program
code
added
for
in.
displayed
Still no
frames
Sudoku.
and switching between them as an early sort of engine. So this commit in Genealogy referred to the util project as Sudoku util / Sudoku engine. This then is
Wow.
the first reference of Sudoku engine, even though it doesn't refer to the same thing as it does now.
Oh, they
On
gave you
March
the idea
28th, 2020,
Lang.
I finally made the switch in my personal programming to use IntelliJ instead of Eclipse.
Oh.
IntelliJ is the objectively better IDE to write Java
Wrong.
code in, but it'd still be a while before I made the switch at work because so much was set up in Eclipse that I had to move over.
Did you even use Eclipse?
This was also the point where Sudoku
Never
Lang
touched it
and
in my
Sudoku
life.
Annotation Processor were split out of the Sudoku util module. The idea was that Sudoku Lang would
Actually, didn't you in college?
I have no memory of it, but that doesn't mean much.
I feel like the second programming class where I first learned you had any programming classes. And I was actually doing most of the work for you.
True.
I feel like that was Eclipse. But
you
it's
would
been
know.
a while.
You wrote all the code for me.
True.
You didn't even get paid for it.
Can we back pay me for it?
I'm back paying you right now in exposure. I have those playlists on my YouTube channel that have 0 views that link to yours. One day they're gonna get a view, and that's gonna be my payback.
Wow.
I should check that. I should see if they got a view yet.
Yeah.
Burp.
Would contain utilities
No.
like boolean util and file util, and annotation processor would contain annotation-related utilities. Sudoku util
The
as a
blockhead
module
playlist has
then
one view.
would be basic utilities still, but less basic than
Oh.
the Lang module.
You're welcome.
Things like multi-map and many-to-many map. On May
No,
3rd,
thank
I
you.
started a series of blog posts that I called my Sudoku look and feel journey.
Oh.
Around this
what?
time, I realized that I didn't need to make custom components like buttons and text input fields like I had in Sudoku View.
Me learning I
You
wasted
can
a bunch
instead
of
use
time.
the default Java components and customize them using a custom look and feel.
Sudoku
The look and
util
feel
gets thrown
basically
out into
defines a
old
theme
Sudoku
for the
util.
components to follow, and my idea
Very
was
useful
to make
move.
one with more customizations than the existing
We're also
Java
still in
look and
Alpha
feels
1.
provide, and allow you to easily create
Yeah, it
your
takes a
own
while
themes
before
then
the
in my
actual
look and
first
feel.
release.
On May 24th,
True,
2020,
look at the dates.
Sudoku look and feel was
Yeah.
moved into the Sudoku util
It
project.
started in, like,
and
September.
Sudoku View was removed from Sudoku
Yeah.
util to be placed
Well,
in an old
here
Sudoku
COVID
util
hit,
project
so-
and renamed to old Sudoku View.
Obviously,
The move of
that
look and
made
feel
it
into this
slower.
project happened after the
As we all
sixth
know,
blog
COVID,
post in my series.
Famously made it so you can't be
This
indoors.
is also when I started using the
Yep.
MIT license for my Sudoku
You had to be
util project
outside
to allow
24/7
others
during
to more
COVID.
freely use it
That's
as
why
they
we both got so
desire.
jacked.
June 13th, 2020 is the earliest point
Oh my
there's
god,
evidence of
genealogy's
Sudoku
back.
engine/launcher existing.
Oh, engine!
Sudoku genealogy had a commit this day where the program module points to Sudoku engine instead
Oh, I
of
see.
Sudoku View, but the engine doesn't yet have a repository published. On the genealogy
Yay.
commit, I wrote, Sudoku engine/launcher is early in development as a means to be a launcher for various programs I, and in the future others, make. Basically, the Sudoku
Yeah.
engine/launcher
True.
would include Sudoku util and
When are you
allow
gonna
for
write a
general
program for
programs such
Sudoku
as
engine
this
slash
to
launcher?
act more like plugins of the
Make
engine.
it user-friendly
So
and I'll
that
do it.
ideally there's only one copy of the Sudoku util jars on a person's computer to provide common functionality across the various programs that use it. On June 14th, Sudoku Engine had its first
Bro, I'm supposed to
commit,
read this?
where the engine and launcher modules
Yes.
were included. At the time, the engine depended on Sudoku Lang, and there weren't really
Don't worry,
other
it gets
dependencies
worse.
involved besides launcher depending on engine. This is also the
becomes a
day
boot.
that Maven Central information appears in the
That's
Sudoku
next
util
video.
BOM file,
Oh!
even though I wasn't deploying there quite yet. Also with the engine, I decided it needed a logo, and the only logo I had lying around for it was the KBWCO logo, which is
Oh,
still
yeah.
used
Perfect.
currently. On June 16th, the installer module was added to Sudoku Engine, and the launcher was
16th.
now depending on look and feel for view theme purposes.
Yeah.
The installer exists to be able to create an installer exe for the launcher to install on Windows. The idea would be
Okay.
to do this for Mac and Linux in the future too, but the engine hasn't
Wow.
had a real release yet anyway.
It still has
On
it.
June 20th, 2020, the Sudoku downloader module was added to the engine project, and so a
By itself.
pre-alpha 0.0.1 version of the engine was made as a release on GitHub. The downloader basically downloads the
Hold on, I have a question about your file naming. Can you do pre-beta 0.0.5? Can you go pre before the alpha? Can you go pre-alpha, pre-beta, alpha, beta?
No.
Why?
Because
What happens if your pre-alpha goes to 5, though? You're gonna break your formatting.
it doesn't.
But what if? That's assuming every project you ever work on will only have 3 or 4 alphas, pre-alphas. These are the important questions.
This pre-alpha only exists so that the downloader would actually download something.
Listen, all I'm saying is you should plan for the future better.
Downloads the installer
No.
by grabbing it from GitHub and then runs it.
The
The
GitHub
idea
no
would
one has
be that
access
the
to.
downloader would download the proper
Everyone can
installer
access
based on
it.
your operating system and run it, and then the downloader could be distributed instead of distributing the installers. At this time, the
All of this is
installer is also
malware.
depending on Todoku file format. This is meant as a temporary thing because of Todoku genealogy being put on the engine.
I mean, no
At
actual
this stage,
programs
there
are
wasn't a way
displayed
to
here,
specify
so
other libraries.
it's just
Only
a
to
launcher.
specify
It doesn't
programs
launch
that provide
anything with what's
libraries that
displayed
the
here.
installer directly depends on.
Yeah, displayed
On
here.
this
The
day,
malware
Todoku
isn't displayed with
parsing and
arrows.
Todoku web services projects were also created with empty Todoku JSON and Todoku REST modules. You'll
I
notice
blame
that
you
arrows
for
on
any
them
malware
point
that
directly
appears.
between projects instead
True.
of
I'm gonna
between
use your
modules like
Todoku
the
thing to
other
create
errors
malware
have
and
been.
spread it with your name.
Basically, each project in Maven has a parent POM file to specify dependencies and other information for the project as a whole, in addition to POM files within each module for module-specific settings.
POM?
So in this case, the parsing and web
Yeah,
services
POM.
parent POM files are referencing Todoku Util's project as dependencies, but the modules aren't actually using any specific Todoku Util modules yet.
I like that you have it pointing almost touching
On July
file
4th,
format
2020,
instead of just
I
the
took
box
some of the
off to
more
the
general
side.
code from the old Todoku View module.
What,
and
the
used it to
JSON
create a
pointing
new
to the
Todoku View module.
box?
Yeah.
Wait.
Like, why couldn't you just move that arrow up a little so it's not almost pointing and touching file format? It just makes it so hard to see. You just
Nah.
hate eyes. That's why you have it so small too.
In Todoku Util. At
Burp.
this point, it's only a few really
No.
basic utility classes
Go
that
up
don't do
to,
much, but the idea is that
2K.
it would include extensions of the default Java components.
Okay, I
that
have it
allow
on
for extra
1080. That is
customization to be
correct. It
used
isn't
in the
full screen
Todoku
though, which
look
isn't
and feel
helping.
in the future. On August
Oh
14th,
god, here it comes,
I wrote
the
a blog
colors.
post called
First
the
green one.
Todokuverse Master Plan, which was a basic plan
yeah,
to
green.
get Todoku Util and Todoku Engine to release version 1.0.
Wait, you say that's green? We don't
It's
disagree on that color?
No, that's green.
Okay. I'm surprised.
I told you, I'm always right.
No. Okay.
The idea is that Todoku Util, Todoku Parsing, Todoku Web
It
Services,
feels 3D.
and Todoku GitHub
Is it 3D
would all
now?
need to be
Or
completed
is it
No.
just breaking my
to a
eyes?
certain point as needed
breaking
by
your
Todoku
eyes.
Engine, and then Todoku Engine could be released.
I hacked into
One
your
thing
brain.
of note here is that Todoku GitHub
I had to
doesn't
close my
exist
window
at
because the
this
backlighting
point.
was making it
Or if
worse.
it does, I haven't published it on GitHub yet.
Hey,
At this
publish it.
point, Todoku Parsing's purpose was for JSON parsing. Todoku Web Services' purpose was to provide utilities for
Actually, I'm
interacting
not
with
sure
REST
what I said
APIs
wasn't
online.
published on GitHub
And
yet.
Todoku GitHub
Publish
existed
everything.
to make some GitHub REST API calls that use JSON in order
Do
to
it.
get files from releases
Do it
to
for me.
download for use in the engine/launcher.
I would if I
I
could.
also noted at this time that all these projects would release
Just
as
hack
version
into my
1.0
laptop.
at the same time. The idea
Oh, I should point out, this is about 1 year into the project at this point. So that's a big milestone.
Yeah.
Now we're at September. So
Yup.
it took a year, but we got to the color phase. So now we gotta see what happens at year 2.
Everything dies.
True. It's been a while since we talked about it. I do remember there was a Dark Age some point. I don't remember when.
The idea behind main purpose of
I
all
think
the
it's
projects
further
was
out
to
than
get
one more
Sudoku
year.
Engine to its 1.0
Or maybe it's
release,
like
and
right
so
at
they
the
wouldn't
1 year
be
point
done when they're
that
ready
it
No.
for
starts
that.
the Dark Age.
I think now I would disagree and think that, for example, GitHub should probably support more API calls to GitHub's API than what the engine would require before being considered
Talking about
1.0.
the Sudoku
and
verse
that the
master
other projects
plan.
should likely have more features as well. For Sudoku Util, I was more specific and listed 5 versions to be released for it. Alpha version 0.1 would be the completion of the Sudoku annotation processor, Sudoku Lang, and Sudoku Util modules. Alpha version 0.2 would be the completion of the Sudoku look and feel module. Alpha version 0.3 would be the completion of the Sudoku view module. Alpha version 0.4 would be the completion of the Sudoku database module. And then beta version 0.5 would be the completion of the Sudoku file format. I also noted that I had no further plans at the time for Sudoku Util, and so beta version 0.5 might just become release version 1.0 eventually.
Oh
On
my
September
god.
2nd, I made
File
an
format's
update
really
to the
important.
master plan post.
No.
I said that parsing web services and GitHub no longer had to reach version 1.0 by the time Engine reaches version 1.0. I also noted that Sudoku Util was close to alpha version 0.1 at this point, and I was questioning Maven Central deployment due to the weirdness of some of the modules not being completed in alpha version 0.1.
Fun.
On September 5th,
Just complete
2020, Sudoku Util alpha version 0.1
That's for beta
was
version
released.
0.5
I
in
still
the plan I
labeled the
just
jars with
explained.
snapshot in the GitHub release, since I didn't consider
Why don't you just
a
do
bunch
everything
of
at
them
once?
to
Why are
be
you
complete
breaking it
yet,
into pieces?
and I didn't
Just
publish
program.
them to Maven Central. I also
it.
specifically listed in the release
Do it for
that
me.
for the other modules this was an unofficial release. At this time, I also noted in the master plan that Sudoku parsing only needs
master
to reach
plan.
alpha version 0.1 with JSON support for the engine's release. In this diagram, I've colored Sudoku Util's project to be green.
Oh,
This is to signify that
we're
it's on
finally
release
talking about
state
that.
here. In future diagrams, if a project is at a release, it will be green, and if it had a previous release but is in a new snapshot state, it'll be yellow. On September 25th,
So now it's yellow?
2020, Sudoku Look and Feel started depending on
That's
Sudoku
orange.
View, and Sudoku
No, it's
View
yellow.
now depends on Sudoku Lang.
Don't lie.
Sudoku Fonts was made on
Oh my god,
October
it's,
2nd,
okay, we're
2020,
speed town.
with a release on the 3rd.
Yup.
On the 4th, support for it was included in Sudoku View. Basically, it's a collection of
View
free to
isn't
use
looking at
fonts
Lang
that
anymore?
can be used in the libraries or programs that
No.
use Sudoku Util or Engine. On October 6th, support
Bruh.
for these fonts would be available in Sudoku Look and Feel for themes as well. Fonts will not be shown in the other diagrams.
Oh, that's
because
what
it
was
hasn't
said
changed
for-
and isn't really code.
Wait, no, it wasn't. Never
On
mind.
October 9th, the
Bruh.
master plan was updated to say Sudoku Util Alpha
Master
version
plan.
0.2 would be
I've
for
said
Sudoku
master
View's
plan so many
completion
times at
instead
this
of
point.
Sudoku Look and Feel.
I know, and you
The
will not
reasoning
stop
for
saying
this
it.
was that Look
You
and
think
Feel
you're
now
the
depends
supervillain.
on View, so View would make more sense to complete first. On November 7th,
I think I
there
was
a
thinking of
snapshot
the
release
Cartmel
of Sudoku
master
Util,
plan.
and the master plan was updated to say Sudoku
You
parsing
said it again.
Alpha version 0.1 would be the next release. At this point, the engine module also now depends on Sudoku Util instead of Sudoku Lang. On November
Wow.
8th, Sudoku JSON was completed in Sudoku parsing, but was not released quite yet. On November 10th, 2020, Sudoku Util Alpha version 0.2 and Sudoku parsing Alpha version 0.1 were released.
Oh, it is 0.2.
At this point, web services and
I
GitHub
can't tell 'cause
were
it's
the
2
next
pixels.
planned pieces to work on.
But it's green.
Sudoku installer technically did still depend on Sudoku file format at this point,
Oh, that's
but
right.
is not
It's
displayed here for simplicity,
versions
since it
turned
was
green.
intended as a temporary thing. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be until December
Snapshots are
17th,
orange or
2020
something.
that the dependency
Yellow.
would actually be removed. These releases were the first time the code was actually deployed to Maven Central for others to make use of. On December 12th, 2020, Sudoku Util Alpha version 0.2.1 was released, which included a bunch of fixes and improvements, and was also when I switched from Java 14 to 15. I had started out using Java 14
A bunch of
thinking it was
improvements?
a long-term
One line was
support
added.
release, and the installer was using preview
Huh?
features for
You
it.
don't know that.
So the idea was to upgrade up
Well-
to Java 17, the next long-term support release,
It
as
just
they
became
were
Java.
available. December 12th was also when Sudoku Java first appeared as a module in Sudoku parsing. Sudoku Java is
Oh,
a
you
module
mean
used for generating
lines in the
Java code,
diagram.
which at the time was used
Yes.
for generating simple Java.
Well, in that case, 0 were added because I was referring to Sudoku Util. And that's
Oh,
Sudoku parsing
specifically.
pointed to that.
Well, it's pointing to util. So it's interacting.
Yeah,
with
but that wouldn't be a change in util then. That would just be that parsing is using it now.
Yeah, I guess. I was gonna say, do you have to change something in util to make it work? But as long as you programmed it correctly, you probably shouldn't have to.
As long as you programmed it correctly.
Yeah, I assume when you actually did it, you had to change a million things because it probably broke something.
I don't know what you mean.
Exactly.
Pojo classes, and in the
Nice.
future would be for parsing Java code into Pojos as well to more easily modify.
I don't know
Oh,
what
I'm
a
talking-
poaches is.
Pojo stands for plain
Pojo.
old Java
Oh.
object and
Pojo.
refers to simple Java classes that just have fields with get and set methods. On December 13th,
read
Can you still read it?
there was a major split with Sudoku Util, and 5 projects were released due to the split as alpha
the biggest
version
change between
0.2.2.
versions ever.
The
It
Sudoku
is. One
day
Util
later.
module had functional interfaces
Yup.
for throwing functions in it. That
Look
got
at the
split
arrows
out
on
into
util.
Sudoku
What is happening?
functions. And then Sudoku
Basically
lang, Sudoku
everything uses
functions,
util.
and Sudoku Util were the modules left inside the Sudoku
This is
Util
why we need the
project.
boot.
The Sudoku database module was renamed.
I think it
to
gets
Sudoku
cleaned up a little on the
MySQL,
next
since
image.
it's code specifically for
Well,
a
I hope so.
MySQL database. And
Oh,
moved
but we're
it
gonna
into a
talk a
new
lot
project
about
called
this
Sudoku
image because of
Database.
how big a
Annotation
change it
related
is.
Code was moved to a new project
Good.
called Sudoku Annotations, and the annotation processor logic was separated from the basic annotations provided into 2 separate modules. Sudoku file format was moved to Sudoku parsing, since it's parsing a relatively
No.
simple file format, and parsing was bumped up to version 0.2.2
No.
since file format was moved there, rather than have file format moved back to a version 0.1.1 or 0.2 instead. Sudoku View and Sudoku Look
Yeah.
and Feel were both considered view-related
I still don't really-
modules
why is it
moved
called Look
to
and
a
Feel?
new Sudoku View project. With this move, Sudoku View was also
Because that's what Java calls it?
Okay, well, do you know what my next question's gonna be?
No.
Please explain on Java's behalf.
You're controlling the look and feel of the user experience.
Is that like the make it pop, but for programmers? The look and feel?
Sure.
Hey, you're the guy. You're supposed to know that stuff.
You're the guy.
True.
This is actually your video. But I read a script for you.
Yep, I've written everything. That's why the GitHub isn't real. You'll see that all the commits are from Ishky.
Wow. You wanted to hide the fact that you're the real programmer and I'm the
Exactly.
dum-dum.
Yes.
That way, when you program the virus, they come after me. because my
Yep.
name's on everything.
That's how it is. Your name is going to be on the coin. Your name is on the virus. It's all just throwing you under the bus.
Wow. The truth comes out.
It's a long con, too. The 55 hours of recording reaction series, all just to play an elaborate ruse that you're a programmer and I'm stupid.
True.
I wonder how many years it's going to take before it comes to fruition.
That depends on how often we can record.
True. Hey, we're
It's
pretty
been-
far ahead right now, so we're doing good.
We're not as far ahead as we were.
But we are better than we used to be. We used to be a week-to-week basis. I'll take it. There was some struggle points in the early days.
True.
Yeah, we're working through it.
Split up into Sudoku View, which contains the most basic view utilities, Sudoku Components, which contains custom components, and Sudoku Form, which allows you to create forms easily, including using the custom components. The form
Wow.
logic had been added to Sudoku View originally back on November 1st. Basically, the form is a more advanced Pojo. You put form fields
Pojo.
into it, which are basically fields with display information. So you could make
At
a
some
string
point at
form
work,
field as a
people were like, "What do you call a Pojo in Python?" Because it's not a plain old Java object.
Oh,
So it's like, oh, Popo?
Popo. Wow. Isn't that the name of the racist guy from Dragon Ball?
What? Is it?
Isn't his name Popo?
I don't know. Racist guy Dragon Ball. Oh, Mr. Popo. Yeah.
Okay, you gotta stop using that word. That's racism now.
Well, apparently the the Pojo when used with the P instead is plain old PHP objects and not Python.
Is it Popeye? Do they put the Y in there?
I don't know that there is a version for Python.
It's time for you to create it.
Nah.
True. The heck's a DDD approach?
What's the context? Domain-driven design?
Persist Pojos in Python using a DDD approach.
Domain-driven design is a software development approach that emphasizes building software based on a deep understanding of the business domain it serves.
What? Just, like, understand your job? Is that what that means?
No, it's like... it's understand the customer's job.
But they're the one paying you. That's your job. So DDD is don't do work that the customer told you explicitly not to do because that's not what he asked.
No. It's understand what the customer needs to do in your software so you make your software the right way.
I still think this is like DDD is do your job. Is that a thing that's so common it needs a term? Where people are like, we just spent 10 weeks making this program. It turns your mouse into a elephant.
Dragon.
And the guy is like, I wanted you to create a text box. Like, where'd the miscommunication come? You need more DDD.
King DDD?
Oh my god! Mr. Popo, King DDD? It's all video games and anime references. I thought programmers were supposed to all be gay femboys, but actually they're just nerds. Who knew?
What? I think originally when I paused, I was gonna ask you to clarify what you said about your schedule in the Discord.
Wait, what?
Because, last time we paused, we were talking about, something was said about, like, if we, can record often enough or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay, I scrolled up enough to find it.
It's also been a while since I read what you said anyway, so maybe if I read it now I'll understand.
You mean that message, the, like, crazy worded one?
Yeah, the one that starts my plan for our recordings is to keep the current schedule until all reacts are done, and then shift to a new schedule that isn't. Maybe I'm not going to say those words this time. No.
Say the slur.
You first.
No. Just let it be known on the record that there are slurs being written in our Discord DMs. So if they leak, it's not a surprise. And that you're the one writing them.
Last time it was me, with the Blockhead's original word.
Oh, yeah. True.
Now people can know one of the two words used here.
Which of the two words do you think is worse? We'll see how based you are.
Well, I think, from experience, I've shown that, the first one is worse in my mind, because I've actually said the second one more often.
What? You're gonna admit to using the N-word that often?
Yeah, it's not the N-word. There's another react where we said this word.
We
For the Blockheads.
We said it all the time in our React series up till now. We said it like 10 times.
We've said both of these words multiple times.
That's why I have a mature language warning on my playlist on my channel. You go from like all ages content and then you click this.
True. So, what's the difference in your schedule after reacts are done?
It's been a while since I've reread my own message. I want to see how bad it is. I'll only be available to record the hour after work, or if I'm off 2 days.
Then, if planned ahead, probably any time on the first day off, subject to change.
True.
For reference, currently my schedule is the same, except instead of first day off, it's last day worked plus first day off.
Yeah, this makes perfect sense. This is logical.
What? Does it?
Technically, yes. It's worded very badly. Technically, everything I said is correct, and the point I wanted to make was made. It just wasn't made well.
So what's the point?
Let me give you an example. Scroll down a tiny bit until you find my current schedule. Let me know when you pull it up.
Okay.
So, with our current system, our times available to record is Monday and Tuesday. That sound right? And then anytime after work immediately.
Yeah.
So, what that means is to use language from the message up top.
Oh
Let
no.
me find exactly what I said. For reference, currently my schedule is the same, except it's first day off. I read the sentence wrong as I was quoting it. Instead of first day off, it's last day worked plus first day off. So in the schedule here, it's last day worked, Monday, plus first day off, Tuesday. So that's the current thing. And the new thing is only available right after work, or when I'm off on 2 days, it can be planned ahead to be the first day, but otherwise it's just second day. First day off instead of last day worked.
So
for
it
the
would
current
just
schedule-
be it would
Yeah.
just be Tuesday unless we plan ahead for Monday.
Yeah. And the reason that is
But-
because anytime we record on a Monday in this schedule, I'm recording being awake for like 24 hours. Like right now, I've been awake for 24 hours as we're recording this right now. So I'm not on the top of my game in terms of mental acuity.
When you say if planned ahead, how
That would be
deep
like
is the planning?
I'd have to have some notice, and there'd have to be like some good reason for it. Like if we're not available like the week before and we need to like catch up, then we can like throw some extra ones in on there, and it would be a lower priority than other plans. Like if I'm doing stuff that day, I'll just like say no to it because it's a higher priority to do the other stuff and sleep. Because if we plan ahead, I can just like take a nap when I get home if I'm doing nothing else for the day, and then I'll be ready. Basically, on those first days, I have to plan my entire day around recording to make it work. So it's more work than it's worth compared to any other time slot.
Okay.
True. Agreed.
Also, my mind went somewhere else. Not inappropriate. Just I don't want to. I don't want to tangent to that.
I almost said something outrageous and I caught myself, so we're both lucky.
I was gonna ask with reacts. Are we after today? Are we just doing the April Fools regardless of how long it takes to do them? Meaning, like, at this point, other videos are going to release before we finish recording reacts because of how timing is.
I leave it to you mainly to decide that because you have a better idea of what those are. You can make the more intelligent and correctly based decision on what order things should be done in and when and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's nothing like ridiculous or insane that just doesn't make sense, I'm probably just gonna go okay.
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 input or a Boolean form field as a checkbox.
Oh,
There
we
would
were
be
mid
get and
sentence.
set methods for the
I don't
field
remember where we
values
are on the
that
graph right
display in
now.
the form. The idea behind the split was caused by the changing of the idea behind Sudoku util. Up until this
center,
point,
apparently.
the idea was that Sudoku util would be a collection of utilities. To
Well,
be
I
used in
think I
various
just finished
projects.
talking about
But
Sudoku
now it was
form.
redefined to be the most basic
Oh.
utilities. So the modules moved out of util are more specialized for specific purposes, whereas util is more general purpose now. On
got
December
smaller.
16th, an
Can you
update was
still
made
read
to
it?
the master plan discussing
Couldn't
the
before.
alpha version 0.2.2
Oh.
releases. Basically, Sudoku
Oh, you just
util
yeeted
was
some
planned
stuff.
to have another release for more added to Sudoku functions.
Oh, I did.
And then the Sudoku engine would likely use most of the split libraries after the
Oh
split
yeah,
had happened.
annotations and database
On
aren't
December
relevant for a
19th,
bit after
2020,
that.
Sudoku util had its
Unlucky.
alpha version 0.3 release with those changes to Sudoku functions
Oh,
mentioned.
wow.
I want to note that Sudoku annotations
Oh!
and Sudoku database are no longer displayed here. The reason for that is that they don't actually have any real changes here for a while after this, and
So
both
they
have
cease to
been
exist,
removed from
obviously.
the master plan at some point.
To the master plan, we're back.
On January 17th,
Did you see that giant like gray artifact?
Let's go back, because I didn't.
Sudoku functions mentioned.
We
I wanna
didn't go
note
back.
that Sudoku annotations
What?
and Sudoku database are most of the split libraries after the split had happened.
Or
On
did,
December
did we go
19th,
back?
2020,
We did.
Sudoku util had its alpha version 0.3
I'm blind.
release with those
Yeah, I
changes
went
to
even
Sudoku
further.
functions mentioned. I want to note that Sudoku annotations and Sudoku database are no longer displayed here.
True. They
The
are.
reason
We
for
heard this
that
before.
is that they don't actually have
Did
any
we?
real changes here for a while after this.
You just
can't be
gaslighted
sure.
Both
me?
had been removed from
Yeah,
the
we can't be
master
sure.
plan at some point. On January
Oh.
17th,
Yeah, I saw the
2021,
gray artifact at the
Sudoku
top.
So the thing zooms randomly when you scoot over, and now it's just acting. How did you mess this up? It's just like a slide to the right with camera.
I'm guessing the gray artifact at the top. I'm gonna blame the editing software on that one. Because I'm pretty sure what happens with these images is because of the weird cropping with the program, they're not fully, they're not the full height, necessarily.
Oh, there's
The-
empty space.
Yeah, the editing program was supposed to make it so it's all black when there's not an image in the extra space. But I guess it failed that there.
My next question is, wouldn't it have been easier rather than make the long image and program the thing to move between them to just make a like Microsoft PowerPoint?
No.
Okay.
View had its alpha version 0.3 release. This release added further
Vue is getting up
customization
there.
options for
It's taking
buttons
off.
and labels used in Vue. On
Oh my
February
God.
6, 2021, Sudoku util had its alpha version
Util went up.
0.3.1 release, along with Sudoku Vue's alpha version 0.3.
So did Vue.
Release. Sudoku Parsing's alpha
true, true.
version
And Parsing.
0.2.3 release.
The engine needed to go
and
underneath.
Sudoku
That was the
Web
important part.
Services and Sudoku GitHub, both having their first release as alpha version 0.1. Sudoku
Wow.
util added more utilities around text manipulation here. Sudoku Vue had minor changes in its update to use the new util version. One of those minor changes was that I realized I
Oh.
didn't need every module to use Sudoku util, since they already get
Ah.
it by using Sudoku Vue. Sudoku Parsing had minor changes and made a new module, Sudoku Parsing, which is meant for basic parsing utilities
Wow.
to be shared across Parsing's modules. At this point, it had extracted some of the logic
stupid?
from JSON
Where is
into
parsing?
it. That's
Oh, I see
why
it, never
JSON
mind.
depends on it now. Sudoku REST was considered completed
It
at this
doesn't
point as it
exist.
provides what's needed to use GitHub's REST endpoints at this time. Sudoku
Oh, for
GitHub
master plan
has completed
purposes.
the Git releases
Oh, no.
endpoints logic at this time for what was needed for the engine
I'm like,
/launch.
how are they completed?
On April 17th, Sudoku Util had its alpha version 0.4 release, which involved adding dictionaries and updating to Java 16. On April
Dictionaries.
24th,
Parsing in file
Sudoku
format
Parsing had
switch
its alpha
location.
version 0.3 release, which involved the
They
completion
did.
of Sudoku file format and updating
Epic.
to Java 16. On April 25th, 2021, Sudoku View had its alpha version 0.3.2 release, and Sudoku Web Services and Sudoku GitHub had their alpha version 0.1.1 releases. These releases were mostly to update to Java 16 and the latest util/parsing libraries. On May 27th,
New color dropped.
Sudoku Maven was started.
Blooby!
The point of Sudoku Maven is to provide Maven
Engine's still white.
archetypes
That's a major
to use
L.
for projects. Base palms would
Spoiler
allow
alert,
defining
it
common
stays white the whole way
dependencies
through.
here instead of defining them in every single project. Things
L
like
engine.
Java version and Maven settings. Archetypes would exist to be able to create new projects easier that make use of these base palms.
Do you like that
On May
everything in
28th,
Sudoku Maven
2021,
starts with Sudoku
had
Maven?
its alpha version 0.1 release, which introduced Sudoku
Where'd the thing
Maven
go that's
base
missing
palm to use as
Sudoku?
the base palm
Genealogy,
file
bring
for
that
all
back.
projects, and also Sudoku Maven library.
Ultimate
palm
Power
to
will
use
show
for
up
projects
eventually.
using Sudoku
Oh
util.
no, not Ultimate
At this
Power.
point, only Sudoku Util, Sudoku Parsing, and Sudoku
You used
View
to like
were
Ultimate
Maven,
Power.
since it was in an early stage. I've chosen to depict Sudoku Maven in blue in these diagrams.
We definitely
to
need a
distinguish
Sudoku
it from
counter.
the proper code projects displayed. Also note
True.
that since the base palms are used by the parent palms, no modules point to Maven, and instead
Do we
the
count
projects
every
point
time
to
it
their
appears on
respective
screen
parent
as well?
palms.
Oh no.
On May 29th,
Okay, yeah.
2021,
Read that, go
Sudoku
ahead.
Maven Alpha
I
version
forgot
0.2
Helmet Boy
was
was a part of
released.
this.
This saw the addition of
I
the
can
parsing
still read
palm,
it.
web services palm,
This is
and
the
view
helmet you
palm,
need to be wearing
which
after
got
making this
used by
graph.
some of the other projects. The view
It
palm
gets
is
bigger.
essentially there for engine at this point, but isn't actually being used by the engine yet. On July 5th,
Bruh.
Sudoku Util
Okay,
Maven
now
version
it's a little hard to
0.5,
read.
Sudoku JUnit Alpha
Now.
version 0.1, and Sudoku Maven
It doesn't
Alpha
help that
version
I'm not in full
0.3
screen.
were released. Util had byte util added along with updating file util and mapped pojo along with other changes.
The Pojos are back.
Sudoku JUnit
You know
is a
all
new
these
project
words.
to provide basic utilities
True.
to use in unit
I'm freaking out with the
code.
palms.
And Sudoku Maven was updated to include information from Sudoku JUnit as
What point do the
dependencies in its
archetypes
base
appear?
palms. On July 10th, Sudoku Parsing Alpha version 0.3.1, Sudoku Web Services and Sudoku GitHub Alpha version 0.1.2, and Sudoku Code Parsing Alpha version 0.3.1 were released. Sudoku Parsing moved its
Wow.
Java
I can
module
barely read the
out
date
into
anymore.
the new Sudoku Code Parsing project, and they each had minor changes. And then Web Services and GitHub were basically updated to the newer parsing and util versions. The reason for splitting Java out of parsing was the idea that parsing would be for parsing simple formats, while Java code is not a simple format to be parsed and deserves its own
True.
project.
It's simple to me.
The idea at this point with naming it code parsing
Yo,
was
you're the
that perhaps
programmer.
some of the logic could
Yeah,
be
yeah,
shared
yeah.
across parsing other programming languages. On July 15th, 2021, Sudoku View had its alpha version 0.3.3 release, which was mostly minor changes, including updating to the latest util. On November 19th, 2021,
Interesting.
everything that had a previous release
Did the
had
audio
a new
mess up
minor
for you?
release that was basically to update to Java
What?
17.
What do you mean?
The one notable
Hang on.
A few
View had its
words. We both paused it.
Perfect.
A few words repeated, like at the very end of, before the transition happened.
version 0.3.3 release, which was mostly minor changes, including updating to the latest util version. On November 19th,
Didn't happen that
2021,
time.
everything that had
You're
a previous
schizophrenic.
release had a new minor release that was basically the
gaslighting
me.
update to Java
Crazy.
17. The one notable new thing is that Sudoku Maven had a Sudoku Maven program POM added to it
More
for
palms.
programs
Wow.
made using the engine to use as their base POM.
That one gets to be
to
top right
provide
palm.
engine dependencies. It was likely
Yeah,
used
because
at
no
this time
programs
by
are
programs
depicted
I had in
at
early
this point
stages, but it's hard to
that
note
would be
most
using it.
program progress because a lot of it remains uncommitted to GitHub and considered to be early progress. On December
Yay.
12th, 2021,
I swear the
Sudoku
resolution is getting
Database
worse,
had
even
its
though the
alpha
size isn't
version
changing much.
0.3 release, which was considered the completion of Sudoku MySQL. On January
now it's
8th,
getting bigger.
2022, Sudoku Combos was started as a project.
Is one of these
Its
genealogy?
single
Please
module
come
is
back,
Sudoku
genealogy. I need
Ultimate
you.
Pojo.
No, it's
The
not.
idea here is that it's a combination of form, database Pojo, and JSON ordered class. Each of these is
You know
Pojos
those
that hold
words.
field values,
True.
but the form provides
I've heard them all
logic for
30 times in
displaying
just
the
this
fields in
video.
the form. Database Pojo provides logic for retrieving and storing the fields in a database, and JSON ordered class can be used to save or load the fields from a JSON file. On January 9th,
True.
Sudoku JUnit was moved into Sudoku Util. The JUnit module will no longer appear in future diagrams because it's simpler to exclude
No.
it and it's just used for testing and not for regular code. On May 27th, 2022, the Sudoku web parsing project was started. At this point, the module was called Sudoku web parsing as well, but it got renamed to Sudoku HTML on May 29th. The idea here was to be able to parse and generate HTML code, and then later CSS and Markdown, to be able to do stuff with web pages. The idea behind this project was related to generating pages used on the GitHub pages about the projects and releases. Sudoku web parsing and Sudoku combos haven't had releases since, as the focus was shifted back to focusing on util and engine and their related projects.
Oh, I want to note before we move on. This is the Dark Ages. It's hard to tell because the dates are tiny. But the date on the left is
May.
December 12th, 2021. And then May 29th, 2022. And then we're going to have another big jump next.
I was gonna say 5 months is bad, but you've had like some pretty long ones up till now, where you've gotten like I think 3 to 5 months. But just hit me with a year.
Not quite.
For this reason, they won't be shown on the remaining diagrams. On February 3rd, 2023,
Close
Sudoku
enough.
View was split into 3 projects. The View
It's
and
only 9
Components
months. It's
modules
only
were
enough
kept in the
time
base
to
View
have a
project
baby
as the more
after
basic
getting
View-related
pregnant.
utilities.
True.
Sudoku Form was moved to its own project and split into multiple modules. Basically, Sudoku Form fields is the
You
basic
moved all the
form
lines
fields
from the
such
left to
as
the right.
Boolean and
Let's
string.
go.
Sudoku Form is for actual forms, which there are several versions of it for use with tabbed views or for using it as a main view, etc. And Sudoku Form Components is used for form fields that are made of forms. The primary example of this is a date form field, which is made as a form containing a month dropdown, a numeric day picker, and a numeric year picker. Sudoku Look and Feel also became its own project at this point. You'll notice for this diagram I flipped what's on each side so that the view projects are on the left and the parsing projects are on the right. To me, this feels like the more correct positioning of the projects in a diagram, but I'm probably
Why?
just biased based on how I drew a recent diagram on a whiteboard at home.
Interesting.
On March 25th, 2023,
It got
Sudoku
longer.
Maven
The
had
helmet's
its alpha version 0.4
slipping
and
sideways.
alpha version 0.4.1 releases. Alpha version 0.4 saw the addition of the JUnit form and engine base POMs. JUnit
More
POM is
POMs were
basically
nice.
the Maven base
Yup.
POM, but also including the JUnit dependency. intended for projects that want to use that dependency but not the rest of Todoku util. Form POM exists for the purpose of projects making use of Todoku form, and then engine-based POM is extending it to also provide look and feel and GitHub dependencies.
No.
Alpha version 0.4.1 had to be released because I already pushed alpha version 0.4 before finding and fixing incorrect information for the form project in the form POM. On March 26th, I had started thinking of making a new project called Ultimate Power. It ultimately wasn't started until around
It's not on the
April 9th,
diagram yet, though.
but then hasn't been pushed to GitHub yet, so it isn't displayed in this diagram.
It would be white.
There's an existing Java library called Lombok that provides some annotations that will generate some basic
this
boilerplate
explanation.
Java code in classes that use them. The main example I think of is that it has annotations to generate get and set methods in Pojos. So if you have a Pojo with 50 fields, it saves you from typing out those 100 methods to have a get and set method for each field. So I wondered, is it possible to make annotations that generate more complicated Java code? For example, give it the information for my JSON fields and generate a JSON class Pojo for me, or do something similar with the former database Pojo? The answer is no. Lombok only provides specific annotations. You can't make custom ones. So then the question was, can I make my own custom ones? I learned that Java's default annotation system doesn't allow this, and Lombok basically inserts itself into Eclipse's compiler and does similar stuff with IntelliJ and Maven too. But I figured out how I could make a Maven plugin to handle custom annotations of my own, and at least part of how Lombok works with IntelliJ to handle code hinting and not error read for methods that don't exist because the annotations generate them. So the idea with Ultimate Power is you'd be able to create your own annotations to generate common code as needed. I'll probably explain it in more detail in its own video at some point with examples.
So hang on. Obviously, I remember literally nothing about what you described about all this back months ago. So I'm learning all this for the first time.
Makes sense.
Is Ultimate Power just like Copilot?
No.
Then I do not understand at all what you're saying. What's it do?
So, you would refer to this as metaprogramming. You write little bits of code that are special, that
Like you.
are they're like stand-ins to become bigger bits of code so that you don't have to write out the full bigger bit of code. But it doesn't. It happens when you compile the code. And so you don't have like the bigger code written out in your actual source code. It gets generated when you make the compiled version of the code.
So how's that just not a Copilot that just happens later in the steps? Because isn't what it's doing just writing sections of code for you like Copilot would?
Copilot would be doing it as an AI code generation. This would be doing it as you write the code that generates the code. Or
So
use a library where something has already implemented something to do that.
So would an example be like the quote-unquote code you write is like, say hello world, and then when you generate it, it just pulls like out a database, like here's the line of code that does the print hello world thing, it just smacks it in there.
I I guess that could be a simple example.
I'm thinking of something that's like 2
I don't
lines.
think.
But it could here. I'll give one that's a little more an actual thing to see if it makes sense to you. If I wrote like generate a random number generator and just like put that in the code, and then Ultimate Power saw that and it was like, "Yo, this generator here," and it just smacks it into the code.
Part of my trouble is you actually cut out part of that sentence. Uh,
Unlucky.
I'm the one
Maybe-
deciphering what you said now.
Has it just started cutting out, or was it cutting out for me too earlier?
I don't think it was for you earlier.
Oh, I don't know what the problem is. You're still doing it. It's really rare, but you're still cutting out sometimes. So, I don't know. I assume it's a Discord problem if we're both doing it now.
Nice.
I think it's Copilot still.
No. How long of silence can we have in one reaction?
I'm sitting here listening to a dog bark in the background, but as long as I don't talk, you probably can't hear it on my mic.
But in order
Yeah, I
to
didn't
be
hear
able to
it.
make Ultimate Power, there has to be Java parsing and code generation, which I could do with the Sudoku Java module I had been working on in the past. Because of this, I started focusing on Sudoku Java again. The idea with Ultimate Power is that most of my projects would be able to use it, so I wanted it to sit high on the hierarchy of projects. It would have
Oh.
to sit under Java for sure.
It's called Ultimate
since
Power. It better
needs
be
that,
high up.
But with Java being in code parsing under parsing, making custom annotations with JSON wouldn't be possible. So Sudoku Java moved to depend on only Sudoku Util's project instead, and the project got renamed from Sudoku Code Parsing to Sudoku Java.
What? Are
So
there
on
2
April
now?
15th, 2023, Sudoku Java Alpha version
Are there two what?
Javas. You already had a Java.
The module was always called Java, but now the project is also called Java.
Okay, perfect. Just like util.
What? Just like everything.
Yeah, exactly.
0.4 was released. It didn't contain Java parsing at this time yet, and it really should have been released
Nice.
using a release of util instead of relying on a util snapshot as it does here. But
True.
it did have a lot of the necessary code generation logic at this time. On August 31st, 2023, Sudoku Maven Alpha version 0.4.2
Already
and
0.4.
Sudoku Util Beta version 0.6
What?
were released.
Already?
Sudoku Maven added the
We're
plugin
about
palm
4
for
years
using
in here.
projects with Maven plugins. This being Ultimate Power, which isn't displayed yet.
Listen, for you,
I
that's
think you-
Along
impressive.
with updating
I
some
think you mean
dependencies
only?
and moving some more settings into the base palm. Sudoku Util had various changes.
Engine's
This was
still
the
at
first
0.1
release with Sudoku
snapshot.
JUnit in it.
Yeah, that's not
and it added
changing.
parallel utilities. On August 30th,
Okay, you just added like 10
2024,
things to the Maven.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I kept saying when the archetypes aren't here yet. The archetypes literally double the amount of things in Maven. But I was gonna
What's
say
this-
we jumped a year August 31st, 2023, August 30th, 2024.
We had the full year before the 9 months. Now we hit the year. And
We let
can't
the
hit it
baby
again,
live for
sadly.
3 more months. We can, if after the last one that appears in this video, I wait until it's been a full year.
True. I also can't read any of the new Maven things.
Yeah.
They're all
Good.
so tiny at this point. I just know they're new.
Basically, each palm now has an archetype as well.
Half the things don't even like point outside the Maven thing anymore. They're all just by themselves because they don't connect to the base things.
I mean, every project has an arrow up to Maven.
Yeah, but then they connect to like the palms, and the palms go out to all the archipelagos or whatever the heck you call these boyos.
Archetypes. Also,
Archetypes.
Maven dropped from the name of each of the things. Each of the Maven things. So now it's just like Taduku View Palm instead of Taduku Maven View Palm. And Taduku View Archetype.
Now
Wait
all you
till
need
the
to do
next
is bring
video.
genealogy.
Wait another 10 years.
You have to add Maven to it, but not Taduku.
Maven genealogy program?
Yep.
Okay.
Taduku Maven Beta version 0.5 and Taduku Util Beta
5,
version
yay! Clap, clap, clap,
0.6.1
clap.
were released. Taduku Maven renamed
Taduku
every base
Util
palm
Beta
to
version
no longer have
0.6.1
Maven in the name,
Oh,
and added an archetype for each base palm to be able to generate a basic project.
the
using
helmet's now
each
long
base
enough to
palm.
protect the
It
engine.
also removed plugin palm and engine base palm. Plugin palm is covered by the base palm now, and engine base is removed in favor of the engine using form palm, and then just specifying the look and feel in GitHub dependencies itself. Library palm is now for projects to use ultimate power instead of projects using util. Util palm and Java palm were created for projects that use util and Java respectively. So util palm is used by Taduku Java, and Java palm is used by Ultimate Power, which is still not displayed here yet. Taduku util was updated to use the base palm
I forgot about it.
Beta version 0.5,
Bruh.
and have the util module dependent
You
on
forgot about the
functions
most important
so that
boy.
other modules can just depend on util, and
It'll show
also
up
modules,
eventually.
Leg functions and util. On
There
November
it is.
26, 2024,
Right in the middle.
Taduku Java had
It's so
its beta
long.
version 0.5 release.
Yeah.
This release introduced Java parsing to the project and also included minor updates.
Good luck figuring
to the
out what it
existing
points to
code
when it's this
pojos.
tiny.
At this point, I'm finally
I can
depicting
tell.
ultimate power in this diagram.
I hope so.
And
You wrote
can
it.
see the various snapshots of the projects now depend ultimately on ultimate power instead of util directly. Also, projects using util
Where's
now
util?
only have to point
I
to
see
the
it, never
util
mind, it's in the
module
left,
instead of
top
also
left.
depending on functions directly.
I thought you
True,
couldn't read it
The
anymore.
ultimate power annotation
It used to have 10
processor
arrows,
comes
now it's
from
got
the old
2.
Taduku
Fantastic.
annotations. So this is effectively Taduku annotations coming back, but in a different form. It does contain the annotation utilities that were in that old project. Because of stemming from annotations, since annotations had an alpha version 0.2.2 release, Ultimate Power's first release will be alpha version 0.3. On December 18th, 2024, Taduku Maven had its
see that?
beta version 0.5.1.
For a second, the quality was even
release
worse for
updated a
me.
bunch of dependencies
It turned
in the
into, like,
base palms,
static.
mostly on Maven plugins.
It wasn't full on static for me, but
2025, Taduku Maven had its beta version 0.5.2 release. This release was an update
Oh,
to
we're
the
almost at the
plugin
current.
settings used by Ultimate Power in the base palm. The next planned release is
There
to
we
release
are.
Sudoku Util beta
January
version
to next
0.7
release.
and Sudoku Java beta version
Yeah.
0.6 together.
Still haven't actually done that
For
release
Sudoku
yet.
Java, the plan is
We
to
are
handle
fighting for the
Java
1 year
types
again.
and variable arguments better, along with handling of static code blocks. For Sudoku Util, some string utilities were moved over from Sudoku Java, along with adding non-throwing functional interfaces and making throwing streams. I'm planning to make another video talking more about future plans past these releases, so I'm done now with this video, which is mainly about the history of the projects. So, bye for now.
Bye.
Hey, it's
I forgot to hit pause.
Nice. I expected loop video, even though it wasn't like the last one in the list.
Don't worry, I turned it on now. Oh my god, this thing's 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's just
boy is
renaming
so
the projects. It's just
I know,
renaming the
I-
projects
I thought you'd have a little more
And-
to say than that.
and showing logos.
I am excited.
Um,
Das Boot is coming.
um, I like that in the video we just watched, I mentioned 2 other videos to be made in the future. And wait, when was that uploaded? That was back February 25th. Those other 2 videos don't exist yet. One was going to be about future plans after that one diagram of next planned releases. And then the other I mentioned I would have a video talking about Ultimate Power.
No, you cut out a video talking about all. That was a very bad one. You couldn't have picked
About
a worse
all
beginning.
Ultimate Power.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was like literally crafted perfectly to make the sentence not work.
A video about all. I'm gonna have a video that never ends talking about literally everything that can be talked about.
Hey, I'll take it.
I start a live stream and that's the rest of my life.
You become one of those channels with just a 24/7 repeat live stream.
But it's not repeating.
True. You gotta make sure you sleep on stream too, like it's a subathon.
True. So this video, I don't.
Video.
The first time I started saying video, my mind was like, "You said it weird."
I forgot to say.
I restarted.
I forgot to say something at the beginning because we were doing the intro. But did you stutter when you did the 3, 2, 1 and say 3 twice?
No.
Because you went like 3, 2, 1, and I almost hit start because I thought your mic cut out and that you were doing the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Don't worry, I can't prove
Nice.
it because I don't start recording early. So just like you and your weird twos, it's just something that
Do
can
I
never be proven.
Do I still do weird twos?
You haven't for a bit. I think you became self-conscious about it, so now you won't do it anymore.
I mean, I did the really weird one the one time, and then you started recording early because
You brain boomed yourself.
I was like 3, 2, and then I think I stopped and started laughing, and then you started recording because you thought maybe the one cut
like,
out or
oh,
something.
Yeah, I didn't get the actual countdown. Truly suffering.
3, 2, 1.
Yep, and you just gotta straight face the intro. You didn't have the courage to do it, though. You failed.
True.
Don't worry, we'll
So
get
this-
that courage up.
I just noticed, you know how this video I said the title and the thumbnail are consistent?
Oh
This
no. You did capitalize the R, though.
True. So
You
the
had to
title
mess
is
something up on both.
the title is Taduku Util and Engine and related projects renaming. The description says, I go over renamings of my personal programming projects in the Taduku Util / Taduku Engine hierarchy of projects.
Oh, you said hierarchy at least, instead of talking about your, like, God's plan or whatever.
What? The
Your
master plan? I didn't mention that in the last description.
Do you think I'm gonna remember what happened an hour and 40 minutes ago?
Yes.
True. I remembered about the 3, 2, 1 countdown, so I can't actually say that.
What did he... Oh, you thought I stuttered on the 3.
Yeah.
I was like, you said the 2 wasn't weird this time. What did you comment on? You think I remember what was said 2 minutes ago?
There's no reason for you not to remember.
True. Okay.
True.
Yes.
True, Dooku. You know what? From the top. We're 0 seconds in, we've already missed your name. From the top.
Dooku. The renaming
Dooku.
of the
The
Taduku
renaming.
Util and Taduku Engine projects and other projects related to them. Some names.
Did you never just read it?
You- What? Well, I didn't have this as an image when I recorded the audio for this.
I guess that does make sense.
This one also had no script. I just had
Nice.
I just had a document with like, here's the old name, here's the new name.
I'm sure that made it very easy to make the video for this.
True. But you said about taking it from the top, and then I did not hear it from the top. I heard
I didn't
like
either, I just went with it.
okay.
I was
I
like
heard,
4
like-
seconds in.
Well, I heard like Dooku, and then renamings.
Yep, I think we cut the same there. I did scroll back, it just didn't go.
Nice.
Names came from ChatGPT's help. At
Oh.
least one name came from Ishky's help. So yeah. So the first project is Taduku Util.
I don't
It is
remember it.
now Tad Util, which that's the one I know
Good,
Ishky came up with. So
Oh.
probably the rest are ChatGPT, if I remember correctly. So Taduku Lang is now going to be Tadulkit, which is a pun on Taduku and Toolkit. Taduku Functions is going to
True.
be Tadunctions. Another
That's a
thing
good one.
suggested
That's a
by
good one.
ChatGPT was Tadfunk, which I kind of like,
Not as
but I
good,
prefer
but-
Tadunctions.
Yeah,
Maybe
Tadunctions is
Tadfunk
Yeah.
can be something else in the future. So the Taduku Java project is being renamed to Tadjavu. That's an interesting one to me, but I like it, so we're sticking with it. Taduku
Good.
View is being renamed to Tadukui, spelled like Taduk and then UI. Is like a pun on GUI, GUI. And then Taduku View Component, the module within Taduku View, will be renamed Tadukui Bits.
So,
Do you
For
like
example,
to do
it's-
cooey bits?
I do. The reason is, I'm thinking about this from the perspective of a person who goes to your repository and like looks at it and then tries to figure out what's happening. Before it used to be like view, components, util, and now it's like tad Taduk UI bits. If you just show someone Taduk UI bits, they're not even going to be able to come up with a guess as to what it do.
Good.
Components, maybe they'll have something going on. And I like that. Also,
The
it means you have
Sudoku
to remember all the new stuff.
Look and feel is
True.
going to be renamed to do cool and feel.
That's a good one. That's a good
ChatGPT had also suggested to Dapperku and to Dazzleku.
Tadazzleku is using
I don't
something
feel
else
like they
something
fit,
else,
but
though.
they were interesting to note. To-do form is being renamed to to-do form.
Okay, simple.
And so to-do form fields is going to be to-do fields.
Okay,
Then
that's
to-do
fine.
form components is going to be renamed to-do form bits. That kind of ties it in with to-do view. It still makes sense because it's a view-related thing.
Sure, if you say so.
To-do parsing is going to
Yeah.
become to-do parse. I feel like that one's not.
I think my favorite thing is the inconsistent amount of letters taken from Taduku. It's like somewhere from like 3 to 5, but also sometimes it just uses something in the middle.
Well,
So
we
there's
also
just
had
no-
we also had the full thing with to do cool and feel.
Yeah, there is literally like no rhyme or reason to it. It's all just like mashed together in the way that's funniest. And that's good.
Great, but there weren't any better options.
Oh yeah, I
To-do
wasn't happy
file
with to do
format
parse.
is going to be renamed to do map format.
It's not funny enough, that's
Um,
the problem.
Basically, that file format is kind of like YAML, and so
Oh, obviously, yeah,
it's
YAML.
kind of a mapping
stuff that's in
thing,
your
Yeah.
so it makes sense. This is another that I felt like there wasn't a great option for it,
Wait.
but like
That reminded me of a story.
Oh no.
So in high school we had to take oral comm and give speeches.
Yeah.
So, someone in my class went up and she was, I guess it was like an informative speech on like dental health. And so she was talking about tartar, but she pronounced it tartar the whole way through. And,
Bruh.
me and the person sitting next to me couldn't stop laughing the whole way through. And we were in the front of the class. Right
Listen.
in front of her as she was doing the speech.
Oral comm was like peak monkey behavior, I think, in every class. That was where some clownery happened.
Also, near the end, she said, like, in conclusion, but she said, like, conclusion or something like that. But at that point, it's like, maybe she was, maybe, like, our laughing got to her. Like, she was extra nervous or whatever.
You actually
Like,
messed up her life. You set her on a bad path.
true. Since you said about that class being monkey behavior for all the classes, there was some speech where whatever day it was due, no one had prepared it in my class for that day. And I think that repeated for the second day. So at the end of the second day, the teacher was like, okay, we can't keep doing this. And she was like, everyone's gotta have it ready tomorrow, or you're getting, like, super late points, or whatever. And so I had it ready the next day then. And only one other person did too. So the teacher asked, like, who has it ready? And the two of us raise our hands. And I look around and see it's just the two of us. And I'm, like, instantly nervous. Because I was hoping everyone would have it ready, because we had to have it ready. And so maybe I could go the next day. Or, like, late in the period or something. And then the teacher was like, okay, who wants to go first? And then she looked at me and she was like... Then she looked at the other person and was like, maybe you should go first. Logan looks a little nervous or something like that.
She knew.
She knew.
Hey, Hobbit, though, was a smashing success of never being shown to the public. For some reason. So, apparently this was a common thing.
Hobbit, though, was because I took the practice AP exam at that time.
I swear I was supposed to do it, and then I just didn't, and she never said anything to me.
I want to say that I had the PowerPoint, and so you couldn't have used the PowerPoint.
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe.
And I think the PowerPoint was optional anyway. It was just like, go over these questions from the chapter. Like, go over the answers to the questions. And so you could just... I think while I was gone, you just gave the answers without the PowerPoint. I don't know how many people actually did a PowerPoint since I missed that day.
True. I guess,
So,
we talked the other day that we will eventually release Hobbit, though, to the public. It's meant to happen.
eventually.
True.
Yup. We
Did you
going
just
for
click and
long
jump through
silence
the
again?
video?
What?
Am I schizophrenic
No.
now? I swear the image just changed. Okay.
It's Sudoku file format, so who's gonna use it anyway? And then Sudoku JSON will be Tadukson. Sudoku web services is gonna be to-do point.
Obviously.
To be like endpoints.
Yeah.
So Sudoku rest will become to-do rest. Sudoku GitHub is gonna become to-dit-hub. I feel
Obviously.
like that wasn't creative, but it's what I got, so we're sticking with it.
Okay.
Sudoku database is going to be renamed Tatabase, and then Sudoku MySQL will be Tatabase MySQL. I didn't have a creative way to make MySQL, and the ChatGPT suggestions didn't help with that. Sudoku combos is going to become
The Pojos are
To-Do
back.
combo, with the combo
True.
starting with a K, because
'Cause
it's
it's cool.
Sudoku. So the Sudoku engine and Sudoku launcher are actually the two names I'm most
I forgot
happy
there
with.
was black space.
The Sudoku engine is
You gotta
going to
build
be
suspense.
renamed To-Do Core, which I like because we're
It's
taking
so
the K
sick.
from Sudoku for like the start of Core. For To-Do Core, you'll see the logo for that.
Is this Trump?
True.
I see it. But no, not intentionally. I don't see it now because I'm just recording in Audacity. So that's fun. And the Sudoku launcher will also have its own icon that you'll see soon.
Soon.
But Sudoku launcher is
Soon.
going to be renamed To-Do Boot.
It's so good.
Which I like because boo in boot is kind of like coup in Sudoku. So yeah, that's all the name
Good one. We
changes
couldn't
for
figure
now.
that one out.
I know
Nope.
there are other projects mentioned in the last video.
but they're probably not going to be updated for a while anyway.
I like that you can sort of tell which one's which, because we have the white one that's the 4 together, so I know that's engine. I know that the
Yeah.
3 across is ultimate power.
Yeah.
I think the yellow 3 is util, is that right?
No.
No, is it the
Util-
orange 3?
Wait. You're calling the green yellow now?
Oh no, is it green?
Sudoku Util is the green
Colors
3.
again?
It's
The one
the
above
same
it.
colors! It's the same colors as the last video!
It's a different video. It's gonna be rendered differently.
It looks the same to me.
So util is the yellow. It's not the orange.
Green. Green. Util is the
Okay,
green.
I was right though. I was right. I got all the
What about
important
the
ones.
other
The rest
green?
don't matter because they're not real.
The other green, the single green, isn't important.
Oof, you're killing me. Java?
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Oh, also, I just realized when you said about the 3, you called it orange, but it's yellow. There are 2 that are that.
Oh, there's a long boy. What the heck's the long boy down there? Was there another long boy?
The long boy is
Which one
form.
is- Fo-
The long boy is form. The other one is parsing.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't have remembered. I think I know where it was on the other graph. It's just I didn't remember the name.
Yeah.
True.
So they don't really matter. Tad Util and Tad Javu are close to releases. So, well, actually, I guess depending on when this video goes up, they might already be released.
Oh,
But as of recording on May 3rd,
so when I said that, I was still thinking the Minecraft with Sudoku highlights would all be done before this in the upload schedule. And then I was like, no, let's put this here, even though I did start the highlights. We'll put this now. But I still had that comment.
30th, 2025. They're not released yet, so soon to me they'll be released.
Will
So with that release, they'll have
We'll see.
the new names for the projects and the modules. Other than Tad Util and Tad Javu, the other projects that have had previous releases will have a new release that's basically just updating their names along with updating them to the latest Tad Util and Tad Javu versions, assuming they use those projects at the moment. Otherwise, if they haven't had a release yet, then their first release will have the new name, and like their current in progress code will be renamed. It'll be fun to deal with because certain projects are partly in progress for their next version, and so I'll have to go back and update their old version for the new name and then move that into the newer branch as well. So that'll be fun. But that's it for today. So bye, people. Hey, it's Sudoku. I'm gonna talk about the renaming.
No, you're not. You already did.
I can talk about it again.
Oh,
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
let's get Trump back on the screen.
which I like because we're.
I just said I like him.
True. That's why you voted for him. He's your hero.
I didn't though.
Are you right now admitting that you, a good Christian man, voted for Hillary Clinton?
No.
I can't believe you would betray me like this.
I thought you would go with this past election and not his first term.
How old? Could we vote? No, we couldn't.
Could we vote?
That was 12 years ago.
What
No,
was?
8 years ago?
8 years ago was the voting for Trump's first term.
Okay,
We
yeah. Because he
we
just
were
started
able
his
to
term.
vote.
Yeah. I was confused because I know it's 3, but he just started, so it's 8.5 years, not 12 years.
Oh, I see.
Big confused. I can't believe you voted for Obama.
Was there a Trump versus Obama? I don't think
No.
so.
What are you talking about? Was it Trump versus Obama?
I mean, that's long enough ago that we couldn't vote, so I didn't need to know back then.
Hey, speak for yourself. I wrote in Obama for this previous election. I'm waiting for his third term. Trump's gonna deny the rules and rewrite the laws to give himself a third term, and Obama's gonna step out of the shadows and just beat him 90-10.
At some point, there was some video I got recommended that's like, is this the secret to Trump being able to run a third term? And it was something that specifically says, like, no, it's not possible. It's like, what? How would... what? I didn't watch it to find out what stupidity they had in mind.
Well, the main one is like he would just be vice president, and then right after they win, they just instantly announce they're stepping down as president, and then he's president again. Because like some loophole they think would let him run as vice president even if he's been president twice, but obviously it's not true, just like everything they say.
Yeah.
But that's the idea, is that he would not run as president, he would just become president.
So how do you feel about Trump's big, beautiful bill?
I'm very glad that it's happening so that I can get memes about him and Elon fighting.
Okay.
I don't know if literally anything that's happened in the Trump presidency has affected me at all in any way. I don't think I've even paid like tariffs for any of the stuff I've ordered like in the last few months.
I noticed taxes went down this year.
Oh. Well, I'm in like the baby
And-
tax bracket, so my stuff definitely hasn't gone down.
Ah, yes, that's how it works.
It is. You think taxes are going down for people who like make less money than you?
Yes.
No.
Part of the big beautiful bill is supposed to be like the largest tax cut in US history, apparently.
Apparently.
Supposedly.
I'm just waiting for him to do something funny again. Like, the Elon stuff is funny, but Trump needs to do something funny. He needs to, like, go back to North Korea or something. How about we go to North Korea?
Nah,
You a coward?
maybe.
True. They built that new resort, or they're in the middle of building it. We can go to the resort. We just gotta, like, become Chinese first.
What?
Or Russian. I think Russian's the main one.
What new resort?
They're building, like, a massive resort for all their tourists. Because North Korea's, like, economy is built entirely on tourism now. It's like tourism and the war, and that's it.
Okay.
But the US people aren't allowed to go there. It's banned by the government. So everyone that goes there is, like, Russian. So we gotta go move to Russia, and then we can go visit North Korea.
How long do we have to live in Russia?
I don't know, probably like a day. That sounds right. Let's go get dual citizenship for, like, Mexico, and then get deported.
What? Nah.
You wanna, like, travel somewhere? You wanna go to Israel with me?
Why Israel?
I don't know. Pretty sick. As long as we're not, like, next to Gaza, we probably won't get, like, exploded.
I mean, it is somewhat a Christian thing to go to Israel and see, like, the places, like, mentioned in the Bible that Jesus went to and stuff.
You're not allowed to, like, go in a bunch of places, though, right? You have to be, like, actually Jewish to go into, like, the cool stuff. You can just, like, stand outside.
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we go there.
When are we going?
I don't know, end of next month. Take off work. That's when my vacation is. We'll just go to Israel.
You don't already have vacation plans?
My vacation plans is recording YouTube videos. And buying and
Nice.
assembling furniture. That's gonna be hell.
Oh,
I'm
because
gonna
of
decorate my
redoing your room.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
should be done in about 2 weeks.
I suffered with assembling furniture in the past week.
You said you, like, walked to your mailbox and exploded because of your vaccines.
That was taking that was taking out the trash and recycling for trash day. My arms my arm muscles where they did the shots were like, no, please, don't do this.
See? RFK Jr. was right. You now have vaccine injuries. You didn't listen.
Wow.
It's all your fault.
True.
You could have just died instead of getting the vaccine. You ever think of that?
What? Died like that day or eventually from
Sooner.
getting the diseases?
Yeah, sooner, probably.
No, I didn't think of that.
Well, now you did. Now
Should
you know
have
for
thought of that
Yeah.
next time.
Next time your doctor tells you to, like, go get some blood work done, be like, we're all gonna die one day.
Does that mean I die that day instead of getting blood work, or what do I do?
You might. Well, maybe you can, like, prank them or something. If they say that day won't be today, you can just, like, shoot yourself.
Okay.
That's a good prank. That'll really show him.
True. Did you like my joke in loser chat? I started saying user chat.
The one where you like completely missed the entire joke she made
No, not that one.
was criminal. I don't know how it's even possible.
I was just like, oh, it's just a scene where there's some offices on a nice sunny day and there's a plane flying by in the sky. I didn't take note that it was two twin tower buildings. And the plane wasn't that high.
Yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes later, you reply that, oh, that was a 9/11.
Well, also I sat on my comment of, finally someone played Doodle God the correct way, trademark.
You even put the trademark in. You spent so much time on this comment.
Yeah, I sat on that for a bit. For a bit, I was like... What?
Go ahead.
For a bit, I wasn't sure if Doodle God was one of those games. Or not. I think I looked it up after. One of those games or not.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I looked it up after making the comment. Like, what is Doodle God?
Yeah, it actually says in the screenshot the name of the game she's playing.
Does it? Oh. That is hard. That's hard to notice because it's like...
It's a
similar color on the background.
Well, by the way, I don't even understand the joke you made, so I don't even know what to say to it. Like, what's the joke? I don't even understand.
That one or the one further down?
The one you sent at the bottom. That's like obviously the most original, best joke you've ever heard. Where's the joke? I don't even get it.
Every month I get the action required, like, Taduku no IP is expiring soon emails. And I say to myself, it's that time of the month again. It's a period joke.
It's like the vaguest, most like abstracted period joke I've ever heard in my entire life. Because I was trying to connect it to periods, and I was like, no IP notices? Is that like... So is no IP something I should think of? Is IP like a brand of tampon? I was thinking about it. I was like, it's 9:05 p.m. Is this like a 9/11 joke? Is this another thing I should know? I just didn't get it. This was too abstract for me. I'll hit you with a skull emoji on that. Let me hit you with one of those. One of those. I'll throw one up here for good measure.
Oh wait, we need one of these.
Ooh, baby. How about one of these? How you feeling about that?
Do we have the new one as well, or no? No. We don't have the new logo for that company. That doesn't exist.
This is very relevant to what we're currently talking about.
Why is it called Correct?
It was made correctly.
Let me search Correct on Discord.
Oh Good luck. How many things does that bring up? 119. Not as many as I thought.
I got 118.
What? Oh, there must be one of them in the like private room where I post like passwords.
The private room.
I have a
Oh.
locked one which I use to send pictures and files from my phone to my computer because I don't have like a Google Drive account that works for that. So I use Discord. Oh, I found it. What the heck? Oh, never mind. I just found you posting it multiple times.
Yeah, I found that.
Do.
What? On Friday, a manager wrote the date as 9/9/11, and I had to correct him on the year. What? Made in 2016.
We're back in Ola Town, which we need to return to.
Well, now we have,
Test.
Oh, true.
Minecraft.
We also have the two copyrighted ones. The big no-nos to play.
Sudoku.
Test.
True. Apparently, the first time that correct was used was May 27th, 2016. Not the emoji. So I was testing the game that the closet clock and window would display correctly. And I went and interacted with the window and the player fell through the floor.
I found pictures of you and Sky running around the Minecraft server.
What? Why?
I don't know, we're just posting so many images.
Is that around where I shared this emoji multiple times? Because I
This
saw
was,
there were a bunch of images there.
4/4/2017.
Oh, yep, that is where that is.
I forgot about that. The police officer who got suspended for sharing the meme of the white girl saying the N-word. That's good stuff.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
True. Oh my god, were you sending no things in our Discord?
What?
On
Where?
4/4/2017, there's a big string of images that are poop emojis. They've been taken down. Discord found these images to be unacceptable. Were you sending content in the server you're not supposed to be?
I found pictures of my spawn diagram.
It's lower than that by a little bit. You'll see all the poop emojis.
Oh, there are the Tadukuian contest things too. Oh, there's Sky. On Minecraft server.
Yep.
There's a bunch of pictures from my server, including the griefed logo at the spawn.
Yep. It's like
Oh.
partially still there.
Oh, there's the police officer getting suspended. There's rainbow weather. Oh, there's poop emojis.
What were you sending?
My
You
nudes.
disgust me. True. Discord would delete them.
Could it have been the things that no. I was gonna say the things that became emojis right after that, but that would be weird.
True.
Did you hear do 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 again?
I did. You need to change that. I forgot Trump was on my screen. I just looked over and saw him.
Oh, other you is texting me.
Canceling more plans because he hates you for some reason.
What? No, that's not other you. That's another coworker.
Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Um. Oh, yes. He said me lol and sent to this picture.
I'm so scrolled away. There we go. True. Which one are you right now?
Well, I'm not unemployed or looking for a job. I don't have too much work either, so none of them.
Unlucky. Meme
True.
Rolf failed again. Gonna have to hit that with a pregnant man emoji.
What about a snap emoji?
Ooh. It's actually not a snap. It's a hand with index finger and thumb crossed.
I think if you start typing snap, it comes up. Yeah. Wait, why does Hyacinth come up for snap?
So does
What
that.
is that? Not for me. What is that? Why mousetrap?
I'm just going through what's in it. Hook's in there too.
Did you spell snap right?
I just put sna.
Oh. I put snap.
Yeah, but then you lose out on the good snaz.
Like snake A and snail.
Correct? Are we learning our alphabet here?
Tried to say snail like snake A somehow.
Male.
Snail.
Sneal. We need Sneal 1, 2, and 3 now.
And then we need uno snail, dos snealos, and trace snail.
Sneal again. Just Sneal. Not Sneal Ace. Sneal.
Yup.
Understandable.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.